Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we're watching and reacting to CD Águila versus CD Olimpia, CONCACAF Central American Cup 2025 Group D. If Olimpia wins, they advance to the next round. If they lose, they don't. If they draw, they still could. But obvious advancement if they win. Corner for Águila. CD Águila contra CD Olimpia. La Copa Centroamericana de la CONCACAF. Grupo de fase de grupos. 0-0. 4 minutes in. Cleared away. There you go. Yeah, I missed the first 3 minutes. Thank Rumble, this stupid app. Thank that stupid app, the way it runs. Bullshit. Bunch of bullshit it is. Rumble's like, no, you can't. You only can make one stream at a time. Well, the way CONCACAF runs their stupid tournaments, thank you very much, right? It's a good idea. No, it's not. 4 minutes in. Starting 11s are as follows. For Águila, we have Villalobos in goal. The back four, Rodriguez, Cebron, Benitez, Darwin Seren, Diaz, Granito, Rivas, Diego Gregori, and Caballero up top. For Olimpia, in goal, we have Edric Menjivar, the back four of Guiti, Hernandez, Quiros, Rivas, the midfield four of Pinto, Rodriguez, Montiel, Michael Chirinos, and the front two of Houston Arboleda and Jerry Bankston. 0-0. Here we are. So, hit that like button. Let's get this one going. We haven't missed a goal yet. That's the good news. But get used to this because that's how this stupid tournament works. And Rumble doesn't help one damn bit. With that being said, we're here. We're ready to go. 0-0. 0-0. Águila contra Olimpia. We're ready to go. Speaking of, let's check how that went. 6 minutes in, Águila with a cross, cleared away. Not bad for a Caribbean Cup game. Not bad. That's good. All right. 6 minutes in. 0-0, 0-0. Six. Nice. Playing forward is Águila. They've started off on the front foot. Águila has, when it comes to playing forward. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. Playing forward, 7 minutes in. 0-0, 0-0. Playing forward, Águila. So far, they're the better team. Menjivar grabs it, collects. And Detroit just beat Houston on a walk. You got to be kidding me. You absolutely have to be kidding me. Waterman to Timbers. I thought it was Chicago. What do you know? Blue Jays are a game behind Detroit. Thanks, you idiots. Houston. Idiots. 8 minutes in. I mean, Joel Waterman leaving Montreal doesn't surprise me. They said they're under a rebuild. They're pulling a Toronto. Plaza Amador to the quarterfinals of the Champions, or the Central American Cup, I should say. Doesn't surprise me. 8-11. Over the top. Caught. Headed away. Can Olimpia pick it up? No, they don't. 0-0. Uno, 0-0. Águila contra Olimpia. We have the first half being played. Águila's better so far. Olimpia's not came out looking good, I gotta say. No, they have not. Playing forward. 10 minutes in. Olimpia plays it forward. If Olimpia wins this game, they will advance to the next round, to the quarterfinals of this tournament. Avanzar de la cuartos de final de la Olimpia, ganador esta noche. So far, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. How we doing, Dillon? 0-0, 0-0. 10 minutes down, 1/9 through the game, and Águila looks like the better team. Olimpia looking to make their first knockout stage of the Central American Cup era, because the last 2 years they've been grouped. If you do forget. Olimpia have been grouped in this tournament for the past 2 years. Do not forget. Playing forward. Cross in. Punched away. That's going to be a free kick for Águila. 3-2 for Plaza Amador. They get the win. 3 wins out of their 4. They haven't played a 4th game yet, but they could still go 4 for 4. Brought down. 12th minute. Racing Club remaining alive. Here comes Olimpia. Bankston cross. Nobody there. 12th minute. Remaining alive. Copa Libertadores because of a pen 2-2 on aggregate with Peñarol. Well, good for Racing Club. 12th minute. 0-0, 0-0. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. $12.34. Thirteenth minute. 0-0, 0-0. Olimpia are starting to wake up, but Águila is still having their moments. Of course he did. How? Well, that's new. No, that's not. That is him to a T. Marcos Rojo, that is him. I mean, his last name is Rojo. I mean, shit. Why wouldn't he get a red card? Playing forward, 14th minute. Headed away. Oh, no, he drops it back, but Ford was offside for sure, so even if that went his way. No, 14th minute, 0-0. Fourteenth minute. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. Saved by Menjivar. Ball crossed in. Menjivar makes a save. $15. Minutes, 0-0. Settle. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. Nil, settle. Águila start off as the better team, but they're tailing off a little bit here. Olimpia starting to wake up, but Olimpia needs to win this game to advance to the next round. Let's look at the table itself. They're on 7 points right now. Águila could still, they could still reach 7 points, but the goal differential probably would knock them out. But that means Olimpia would have to lose to Shelahu heavily, and then Águila would have to beat Esteli. Hercules plays Esteli, and then Esteli plays. Águila would have to beat Esteli somewhat respectably, and Olimpia would have to be owned by Shelahu. Olimpia could still get eliminated, even with a draw. Knowing how good Shelahu was playing. Just saying. Knowing how good they're playing, they could. Shelahu have advanced to the next round, even with 9 points. If Olimpia wins tonight, Olimpia will advance to the next round, and the question is who finishes first between Shelahu and Olimpia. We'll find that out next week. And that's going to be a free kick for Olimpia, but Hassan Club goal in stoppage time. I know. This game, probably because I started the live 3 minutes into the freaking game because I had to put it up on Rumble. That probably didn't help. Because the damn thumbnail glitch. For some reason, the live stream thumbnails don't like to freaking, cooperate when you put it in through the phone. But the video, no problem. That'll always show up. You have to make the stream, and then either way. Drop ball. Rumble is hella stupid at times. Either way, maybe there's more people who want to actually watch that game. Sedano and Cavalier. Maybe the Caribbean Cup just, for some reason, has more cachet for me. I don't know what it is. At least Caulfield's at the Team USA camp. I mean, the more I think about it, doesn't the Caribbean Cup always do a little bit better for me, weirdly enough? Looking at the numbers, I could make that argument. But either way, playing forward. That's offside. It's something about Caribbean football that just... Whenever I do a Caribbean game, it's just like moths to flames when it comes to my channel. I don't know what it is. Offside, 19th minute, 0-0, 0-0. Goal kick for Águila, but Olimpia are starting to wake up. But they have to win this game to make sure they're through. And all that matters next week is who wins between them and Shellahu to get first place in the group stage. You would rather be in that position than possibly grouped at the end of the final week if things go completely out of your hands, playing a team that will be going through, who probably still wants a better seeding because it's about the points when it comes to the knockout stage. So do with that what you will, but we'll see how the second half or this game goes, and then the second half. Oh, Villarreal and Minnesota reach agreement on Oluwaseyi. $6 to $7 million. Really? Are you kidding me? So you're telling me they're not going to sell them for 5, but 6 or 7 works. 6, 7, 6, 7. That was cringe. I don't know why. 6, 7, 6, 7. That was cringe. Either way, 21st minute. Velez Sarsfield won over Fortaleza, and Racing Club won in the dying minutes. Good for them. 21st minute. We got Leagues Cup tomorrow at 7 and 10:45 Central. The Miami game. I have enough time to do the Miami RSR, don't worry, even with a penalty shootout. 21st minute, 0-0. Oh, play with Tejan too. Well, that's good for Oluwaseyi. Smart play then. Playing forward, he misses 22nd. Huh? What? 22nd minute. I mean, when it happened, it went well. It was a fun year. It was 6 years ago. Okay. 23rd minute. It was a good year. I'm 25. Shot! Past the post. If you're talking about when I was in Mississippi, like during the All-Star week, that was about 3 weeks ago in a hotel in Mississippi about 3 weeks ago. 25th minute. '25th minute. 0-0. I mean, America are starting to wake up a little bit. Tijuana beating Pachuca is not a good look. I mean, yeah, Pachuca should still beat the Galaxy, but we'll see what happens there. But if Messi plays, we'll see if Tigres, maybe they were focusing on Leagues Cup. We'll see. 25th minute. 0-0, 0-0. Olimpia are starting to become the better team, but it's getting a little bit close. Oh, we do have stats for this one. Good. I was worried. The stats module didn't work for the Caribbean Cup game. I need the stats for the review, so there you go. Playing forward. And goes down. Untouched. I don't understand it. '27th minute. Promise is better than Laren, yes. Oluwaseyi is better than Laren. I cannot, well, I don't know. I use FOTMob. FOTMob doesn't show the stats or lineups for Central American Cup, even though they have the Central American Cup games on FOTMob. And they don't even have the Caribbean Cup games on FOTMob. So I have to use CONCACAF's website for at least these two tournaments. CONCACAF Champions Cup are normally fine when it comes to FOTMob with lineups and stats. But I barely use SofaScore, only if I have to. I don't like SofaScore. I don't prefer it. I don't. I can't find what I need. It's too complicated. Header. Saved. It shows the lineups well on FOTMob. It gives me the stats that I need for the review and then the mid-halftime, and then same for CONCACAF's website. I don't like the CONCACAF website, the way they changed it, though. I'll admit that right now. It doesn't even show the first names of the players on the starting 11s at all. So do that what you will, unless it was put in that way. I've never tried flash score. Fafa Pico might leave Miami, and Montreal want him. Rebuild, and then you want Fafa Pico? What the hell? 29th minute. That makes no sense. Say, oh, we're rebuilding, and then no, we're going to sign Fafa Pico. 29th minute. Out for a goal kick. Yeah, but all keepers make errors. I agree. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that I want to say. I don't care how Portland fans, the ones who go against Crepeau, I don't care. Because let me tell you, he's good for Canada. I only care that he's good for Canada. He is that guy for Canada. When he wears the Canada shirt, he's just untouchable. Like, he turns into freaking Buffon. Goal for Águila! Horrible giveaway for Olimpia. And Águila scores 1-0, 1-0. Oh, no. Olimpia just made a terrible, terrible, terrible mistake. And now they have to come from behind to win this game or even draw it. That is 6 points for Águila. And now Olimpia have to win next week. Instead of just pick up a result or anything. Águila have scored on Olimpia, and they tie them on points as of now. Darwin Seren scores. Of course he does. You can't give away the ball and let Darwin Seren get onto it and go against you. You gotta be stupid. You have to be stupid. That was dumb. Like, Olimpia was starting to control the game. And what did they do? They give the ball away to Darwin Seren, or they give the ball away to Caballero, who passes it to Darwin Seren, who puts the ball away and just bangs it home. Have you lost your mind? Darwin Seren scores for Águila. "31st minute. Goal scored 30th. 1-0, 1-0. Oh, by the way, Olimpia's on the road. They might just get themselves grouped again. Going to Dunkin' tomorrow to review their fall menu. Well, that's cool. Lamau. If I go to the Caribbean, I'm going to be going on my own. I ain't going on tour with Speed. But I'd love to go to the Caribbean. I'm not sure when. I'll definitely, if I go to the Caribbean, I'll definitely be on tour with somebody, but it ain't going to be Speed. I'll tell you that right now. I think Blitzo and Rory know who it's going to be, though. I think they know. But I would love to tour the Caribbean. It ain't going to be with Speed, though. 33rd minute. Rodriguez to take the corner. Cross in. Header over the bar. Trust me, I would go to Trinidad. Don't worry. 34th minute. My question is, does Suriname only count as a CONCACAF, or does that count? I would love to go to Suriname. Trinidad for sure. Jamaica for sure. Dominican Republic. Puerto Rico. Antilles. Let's see if we could get Suriname in there. Thoughts on reestablishing Washington's NFL team? They're not going to do it. It doesn't matter. Really? Honestly, though, I don't think that's a good... Honestly, here's why I don't think it's a good idea. Josh Harris, the owner of the Washington Commanders, they have a totally different culture. And it seems to me that the culture of Washington, the Commanders, now is an awesome culture. With Jaden Daniels, with the way they're playing, with Dan Quinn. Washington's going to do some good things. And I still have high hopes for them. I know Dak Prescott's back, but the Cowboys are trash. Let's be real. I love Dak, but I wish Dak wasn't a Cowboy. I wish he went to Pittsburgh. That would have been nice. But his dumbass signed a contract to stay in Dallas. He pulled an Alphonso Davies. Do I want to root for the Cowboys? Hell no, I don't. I don't want to root for Bayern either, but guess what? There are guys at Bayern, Alphonso Davies, and guys in Dallas, Dak Prescott, that I have to root for. I don't want to root for those teams, but because they have guys that I have to root for, I have to root for those teams, or at least root for that guy, and not for the rest of the team to be a total piece of shit. But if you noticed, I did not give a rat's ass. I don't give a rat's ass about the Dallas Cowboys. Last year, when Dak got hurt, I wore a Dallas jersey because of the Motagua games I had to cover, and I think some of them came after Dak. But what jersey was it? Dak Prescott. All right. What happened after he got hurt? I could not give a shit about the Dallas Cowboys. I did not give a rat's ass about them ever after he got hurt. They were dead to me. They were dead to me because, well, okay, Brandon Aubrey's there, but he's a kicker. It's cool to see him break records, and he used to play for TFC, but he's a kicker. I could still root for him without rooting for the Cowboys. Maybe he's smart enough to leave whenever he gets a chance. I hope so. Go to New England. Or maybe by the time he leaves Dallas, Boswell's going to be retired and Pittsburgh needs a new kicker. That's a good idea. Go to Pittsburgh. I'd be happy with that for obvious reasons. Especially obvious to... I'd be happy with that for obvious reasons. Very, well, either way. 37th minute. As I said, 37th minute. Either way. Yeah, Dak's back, but the Cowboys still suck. Let's be real. Maybe the dude ain't smart. Maybe he ain't. Maybe he just went to state to get an NFL career. What was his major again? I forgot. Free kick for Olimpia. 1-0, 1-0. But again, cross in, punched away, and nobody's there, but that'll be out for a throw in for Olimpia. They have to come back. It's that simple. 38th minute. Jean de Silva got transferred out of St. Louis, by the way. Throw in for Olimpia. Shot! Goal! 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 Jerry Bankston ties it up for Olimpia. There you go. Ball over the top. There's no VAR, so it's going to count. 1-1. Jerry Bankston ties it up for Olimpia. Now you win. Let's see how the second half goes. Well, we still got 5 more minutes in the first half, but Jerry Bankston, ball over the top from the angle, slots it home. Perfect throw in, headed behind. He is onside, by the way. Even if there was VAR, he'd still be onside. At the far post, headed behind by Arboleda. Bankston banks it home. 1-1, 1-1. Lovely. 39th minute. Jerry Bankston brings Olimpia back to a tie. They'll be ahead of Águila on points, but the question is how does the final match day go? They would not advance with a draw, but at least they'd be in the catbird seat. Thirty-ninth minute. Okay. 1-1, 1-1. Well, because he ain't. I mean, if Owolabi Belawu's going to Europe in January, Shola Jimo should be able to find a team. So that's on him. I guess he does have a crap agent. Or York just doesn't want to sell him. It's York, yeah. York. Either way, whoever he's on doesn't want to sell him or he has a shit agent. That's out for a goal kick. Who's the Dallas Cowboys of Central America? Well, I mean, it makes sense. Motagua. The colors fit and the way they act fits. I mean, it's kind of fitting whenever I wear that Motagua jersey, or I should say Dallas Cowboys jersey whenever Motagua plays, because guess what? That's how they act. It is the colors of the team, and they act that way. Bunch of bottle jobs. Bunch of bottle jobs. This is just the colors, but the Dallas jersey, whenever Motagua plays, well, it's their colors, one. Second of all, that's exactly how they act. They bottle everything, so it's kind of a meta shot anyway at them. Round to Aruba, Curacao, the Bahamas. Preferably not during hurricane season. If it is during hurricane season, I'm going to stand out there like I'm Jim Cantori. Well, any of them could get a hurricane. But if I'm there when a hurricane hits, buddy, if I go during hurricane season and a hurricane hits, oh, you going to get a vlog of it. I'm going to be standing out there like I'm Jim Cantori. That would be fun. You know what? Maybe I should, just in case. Oh, Latif Blessing's going to Lexington SC. Well, good for Latif. He's going to the USL Championship. 44th minute, 1-1, 1-1. Playing forward, 44th minute. Latif Blessing going to the USL Championship. Lexington SC. Playing forward. 1-1, 1-1. 45 more minutes. Here's a shot. Saved. That'll be a goal kick. Okay, that's interesting. Waterman traded to Chicago. Carlos Terran back to South America as well. One minute of stoppage time. Club America and Chivas will play a friendly October 11th. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. How we doing, Blitzo? Finally. I just dropped your name a couple of minutes ago, you know? I just said your name a couple of minutes ago. Holy. 1:18, it's halftime. 1-1. 1-1, miro tiempo. Olimpia gets the draw back. Let's see if they could win or at least hold the draw at the second half. Did you know that Marshall Allen's men's soccer team played his first international match against the USVI that happened in Arkansas? Arkansas. They played it in Arkansas. That's, well, at least they both had to travel, I guess. Hilarious. What is this fantasy, boss? What is this fantasy, boss? The plane. Hilarious. We'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going. 1-1, 1-1. 45 more minutes to go. We'll be back for Leagues Cup tomorrow. Well, we'll review this game as well. But either way, sit tight, be back. We're back for the stats at the half. Yeah. Definitely. I would agree with that. Well, that's something I didn't know. That's interesting. With that being said, stats to half are as follows. 59% possession to 41% possession. 1 interception to 1. 0 offside to 3. 2 corners to 1. Because CONCACAF's website's weird. It's a different order. 236 pass to 162. We have 86% pass accuracy to 82% pass accuracy. 9 crosses to 9. Attack, 1 goal to 1. 10 shots to 3. 3 shots on goal to 1. We have defense, 6 tackles to 5. 8 clearances to 9. Discipline, 10 fouls to 3. 0 yellows to 1. 0 red cards to 0. 1-1 at the half. Uno minuto tiempo. As the game went, I think Águila started better. As the game has progressed, I believe that Olimpia have woken up to an extent. And I think they became the slightly better team. But I'd say overall, I guess the first half's been half and half. 50-50. It's been 50-50 at the half. I think it started off as Águila being the better team, and then it went to Olimpia becoming better and waking up and pushing forward. And after they allowed the goal, which I will be clear, that was not during the time where Águila dominated the game. That's when they had a horrible giveaway, that being Olimpia, gave the ball to Águila, they put it away. You can't let them have a chance like that. Olimpia was starting to wake up and be the better team as that right before that happened. I'd say like the 10 minutes before that happened. But in the end, they couldn't let that happen when it came to the first half. But 50-50. But Olimpia, I think, has the momentum now. They got the goal to tie it up. If they win tonight, they will advance to the next round. And next week, all that will be against Shelahu is who gets first place in the group. So, for me, the second half's going to be interesting, but at least Olimpia has the, I would say, momentum. We'll see how the 45th minute, the next 45 goes. And with that being said, if Olimpia draws, they could still be eliminated next week. If they lose to Shelahu heavily, and if Águila beats Real Esteli somewhat respectably, Olimpia could be grouped again in this tournament. They have not made the knockout phase of the Central American Cup. Olimpia have not made the Central American Cup knockout phase. They didn't do it in 2023. That was the CONCACAF League Champions curse. 2024, they didn't make it to the knockout stage either. But that was the end of the Trolio era. And it was getting very ugly at the time. Seems to me that they're back. So let's see if they get it done. Exactly. They need to do what Pachuca do, but that will disappoint the fans. Pachuca tell their fans they're not winning the league, but in the meantime, they're developing Mexican players for many seasons. Pachuca will win you a league or Champions Cup eventually because working with their academy for 2 to 3 years won't show results the first few years battling mid-table, but they have a competitive team by the 3rd year. Yes. And then they sell their players. And then they sell everybody worth a damn after they get that league or Champions Cup. Maybe they stay for the next Intercontinental Cup, but I guess it's better to build young players, succeed heavily with them, and then restart from scratch. And I guess it wouldn't take 2 or 3 years. Because if you look at the Almada era, let's be real, they had a team, they broke it up, and then quickly within a year, had a team again and won the Champions Cup. Pachuca, when they were going into that Champions League in 23, they, in my opinion, were the best team in Mexico out of the 4 that went to Champions League. Nobody thought León would win that Champions League. Nobody did. I thought it was going to be Pachuca, and then they lost to Motagua. Then they blew it up, and then a year later, they won the Champions Cup. So I think it's quicker than 2 to 3 years, but I think, that first crop of young players, it's going to take 2 or 3 years for them to gel. But once you're creating players at the lower levels and you sell the players that are there already, at some point, you're going to get players that could quickly just jump in. But, well, that's because Pachuca could buy foreign players. Yes. It looks weird. It looked weird. I've seen WCW era matches where Stone Cold has hair. It looks weird. Let's remember, I was not alive for the heyday of Stone Cold. I was born after it. So all I know is old recordings. (2022) they had Luis Chavez, Chiquito, Kevin Alvarez, Pocho Guzman, Ibanez, sold them. Rebuilt, had a new team by the 2024 Champions Cup. Yeah. Exactly. We'll review this game once it's over. We'll review this game once it's over, and then we'll be back for the Leagues Cup tomorrow. That being Miami versus Tigres and LA Galaxy versus Pachuca. Then next week's the semifinals, and then the weekend after next is the final in third place. I mean, it sounds like the show was good. Yeah. And then Pachuca got their redemption the next year. But I will tell you, second half, here we go. Chivas needs to do that. Unfortunately, they would have to throw away seasons for results to show the fan base they want immediate results. You know what? At this point, maybe there's some fan bases that need to realize let me put it like this. There are fan bases that need to realize maybe you just got to make the damn move. Maybe you just got to cut it and build from a different level. Especially Chivas. There ain't enough Pirates to go around. far as I know, that's not where the Pirate wants to be, is Chivas. So y'all have to rebuild. A certain other club that may have to just blow it up and let it be. They could call the Pirate and win. But other than that, if you don't, you're still going to probably suck, but with anybody else. But hey, at least rebuild and try to give them a chance. But it seems to me they ain't. No, I have not been to Venice Beach. No. Yeah, that was dumb. Playing forward. 46 minute. I mean, they used to be. Not anymore. Playing forward. Here comes Olimpia. If they could score, that'd be good for them. Playing forward. Defender's going to get there first, but that was a smart idea. Oh, almost a bad play. 47th minute. One, uno. We got a second half to watch. Playing forward. Olimpia has to win to advance, to know they're advancing. They could still advance with a draw, and even with a loss, they could still advance next week. But for a chance to get first place in the group, they have to win tonight and then win next week. But any way this goes, a draw would mean get a result. A draw here would mean get a result next week, you advance. Best Águila could do is 7 points. Which means get a result against Xelajú, who are already through. Which is the good news. Playing forward. Wide, be a goal kick, 49th minute, 1-1. Damn, John Wall retired. Basketball player. Oh, that's why. Kentucky, yeah. I did feel like he was in the NBA longer than 11 years, though. Maybe he spent more time at Kentucky than I thought. You know, the one and done thing. Very Odd Parents is better. Danny Phantom's a good show, but Very Odd Parents is better. Free kick for Águila. That'll be a yellow card. No, it's just a free kick. Well, they got away with it. '51st minute. Free kick for Águila. I'll tell you this. Olimpia is not using their momentum good. I haven't watched it, and I don't plan on watching it, the new Fantastic Four. I could care less. Well, I don't care, so I guess I could care more, but I don't give a shit. SpongeBob. Duh. 51st minute. Free kick for Águila. Shot blocked away. That could have ended horribly. '52nd minute. I mean, it doesn't hurt when I really don't care about superhero movies. Like, the only superhero movies that I watch are the ones with wrestlers in them. AKA Peacemaker, AKA Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, I do like Robert Downey Jr., though, but I only really want to watch the Iron Man movies. I don't even... Knowing damn well, yeah, Batista was in one of the Avengers movies or something. Knowing damn well that Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man was in a couple of them as well. Well, I'll also admit the Doctor Doom thing is stupid. I like Robert Downey Jr., but hell no, I ain't watching Doctor Doom. No. It's stupid. It just doesn't make sense. It's like John Cena as a heel. It doesn't make any sense. Free kick for Olimpia. But you watch John Cena as a heel, even if it didn't make sense to you. Yeah, because it's John Cena. And it's his final year. No, that was horrible. Well, I don't like The Rock. The only time I liked The Rock was WrestleMania 40 when he turned heel. I'm like, you know what? I like this, actually. I hated Rock before that because John Cena shit on him and was like, well, you went to Hollywood and left WWE high and dry, even though John did the same thing. But either way, I hated him because John legitimately hated him. And I never got over that. Then Rock turned heel, and I'm like, you know what? He ain't so bad. And then he ruined John Cena's farewell tour because he hates Cody Rhodes' guts. Rock, I don't give a crap what they say. I think they threw John and Triple H under the bus, where John proceeded to throw Triple H under the bus. They ruined John Cena's retirement tour. Yeah, he won the world title. They turned him heel for no reason, and he didn't change a damn thing. John Cena still wears the damn same shirt that he wore. Bright colors and still has "My time is now." So he came out with a frown and threw his damn rally towel over the back of his head. What heel turn is that? Like, I'm still going to root for John because it's John Cena. But that was stupid. I hope he wins the world title an 18th time just to say, you know what, screw you. At least he did it as a face. Like, I'll admit, his entrance at SummerSlam, I damn near cried. I didn't know if he really turned face, but they let him do a face entrance with a world title, which is all I wanted. I legit damn near cried. No joke. Basically, Rock, he could go fuck himself. I can't believe I liked him for that 1 year. Dude hates Cody Rhodes so much he screwed over John at the same time. And John was like, yeah, the heel turn failed. I'm like, yeah, of course, because you didn't even really want to do it. You just did it because you always say yes to the bookers. And then you realize how much you fucked up. So he threw him under the bus. And then Rock, I hope Rock never shows up again, really. I hope he doesn't. I really hope he doesn't. I hope Rock never shows up again. I hope he doesn't. I could do without it. I mean, Cody Rhodes sucks ass. I don't disagree with Rock there. Cody Rhodes is a damn snake. I don't disagree with Rock. Well, I don't like Cody Rhodes either. I think he's a snake. I think he's a rat bastard. I think he's a politician who's a freaking wolf in sheep's clothing. Rock, I don't think he hates Cody for a different reason. But I will say this. Cody Rhodes is a damn mark. The dude is a freaking narcissist. And you know what? I did kind of agree with John Cena's heel turn because I agree. How the hell could everybody cheer Cody when he's the same guy as John Cena was 20 years ago, except he's a narcissist who can't even really hide who he really is. And that's the goal for Olimpia. Offside. Oh, it was offside. It's 1-1. I don't care. He left that sinking ship as soon as he knew it was screwed. So. Cody created AEW, left it when the ship was sinking, and then brought his narcissist ass to WWE. He'll never turn heel because he doesn't want to turn heel. He's a punk. When he should be a heel, really. I don't care how somebody looks. I think Cody's a jackass. Like, I get it. No, I understand it completely. John Cena got booed by the fans. Everybody cheers Cody. The kids and adults. John got booed 20 years ago, pulling the same shit. He's right. Y'all are a bunch of hypocrites. At least he tried to make it work. Yeah, no, you are a bunch of hypocrites. It's 20 years ago, even 10. John gets booed by half the damn crowd, and at least he's real. Like, John ain't no heel. We saw that with how he turned. John is a good dude. John is Super Cena. John Cena is that guy. He is never give up. He is hustle, loyalty, respect. Because when he turned heel, it was damn horrible. He tried to make it work. But at least he was right on one thing. You all are a bunch of hypocrites. He's right. Because Cody Rhodes, the same dude, or at least trying to act like the same dude, 20 years later, doesn't get booed at all. But I guess the difference is he's a damn wolf in sheep's clothing. People know he's a politician. People know he's a liar. But hey, at least he acts like a superhero. John Cena really is a damn superhero. Like, he ain't no fake. John is that guy. Because even when he turned heel, he still did Make-A-Wishes. He still showed up like his old self at freaking WrestleMania Access and talked like a face. His interviews were face. This man doesn't have a bad bone in his body. And he's the one you turn? He's the one you boo? My fucking ass! But you cheer the guy who acts like he's John Cena, who is not, I'm not saying he's a bad guy, but he definitely is a narcissist. He definitely is a good actor. I don't know how to take Cody. The dude does have a bad bone in his body. John doesn't. John Cena's a good dude. And we know that. And they booed him. He has a point. He had a total good point there. I mean, it was 10 years too late to bring it up, but he had a good point. He had a good point. Well, at least he's his real self. Hell, Stardust is probably the more real Cody Rhodes than the Cody Rhodes we have. But he'll never do that again. But Cody will never be Stardust again. All you are, Cody, is a nerd who got power and built his own company, got high on the smell of power, was like, you know what? John's my freaking hero. I'm going to act like him. And I'll never turn heel. All American. And by the way, calling yourself the American Nightmare, doesn't that sort of insinuate you're a heel as well? I get it's a play off your dad, but he took the best parts of his dad, the best parts of John Cena, and melded them together, except he doesn't want to wear polka dots. And he certainly don't want to act like his brother. Or a nerdy version of his brother. Cody, he ain't ugly, I'll tell you that. Nerds don't have to be ugly. I understand that. I know. With that being said, you're compensating for something, Cody. That's my point. Let me talk about Total Divas, okay? I don't think he was mistreating Bella. I don't think he was. See, he didn't want to be taken. He had a horrible divorce with his first wife. I don't think John wanted to be taken again. And let's be honest, well, look how things have turned out for her. I think he exactly knew what she was. Because the dude was like, yeah, I'll get engaged to you. He still never married her. And then he left. And then she left him. Turns out John finds somebody to marry who's way more in line with his values in his new wife. He knew what he was walking into. I think that's part of the reason he just had gotten divorced from his first wife. It wasn't good. And I think he knew what she was. I mean, look how things turned out for her with Artem. It sounds, there's a lot of talk that maybe she was the problem. She was the one. There's talk. I don't know what the true story is, but there's talk that she was the one abusing Artem. And she also gave up alimony to him. Lol. I think John knew what she was. And you know what? He looks a lot happier now. So no. I think she's toxic. And John didn't want to be taken for a fool because he already been taken for a fool once. I think he knew what she was. I really do. And I think the cohabitation agreement, I don't think he mistreated her. The cohabitation agreement's kind of crazy, but I understand it. I don't think you want to be taken for a fool. I don't think anything he did was mistreating her. Now, was the cohabitation agreement crazy? Maybe. But I think he knew what she was. Deep down, I think he knew. And you could say, but he still don't want to have kids with his new wife. Well, she don't want kids either. So he still married her. It took him a lot longer to be even comfortable proposing to his ex. I think he knew. I think deep down he knew what she would bring. I think he deep down knew. And that's not speaking in absolutes. That's just speaking about the situation. She is toxic. Miss Bella is toxic. Toxic. Turns out, Shay isn't Cena's new wife. She isn't. Dude looks so much happier. And I'll back John any minute, but yeah, it sounds to me that she was the toxic one. But she was toxic. What do you know? Exactly. Substitutions. Well, okay, no. In ring, at least, no. Charlotte's just Charlotte. Now, if you talk about failed relationships, you might be right, though. I think John's much more happy with his new wife, Shay. I think things ended well for him. I think things went well for him. I think you would rather. Luckily for John, being engaged don't mean shit legally either. Are we talking about Shay or Charlotte? Because Charlotte isn't. And honestly, I'll agree. If we're talking about Charlotte, no. Miss Bella is prettier than Charlotte. For sure. I don't think either of them have a really radiant soul, but Shay, yes. Yes, I do. And that's not because I agree with John, but I think I can see what he sees. You could just tell she has a radiant aura, a radiant soul. Like, you can read, like, and I don't know if this is just me, but you can read people's souls. You could read people's auras, whatever you want to put it like. And she's cute, but her aura is, if you could just read her aura, that's what it is. That's what it is. Like, to me, but then again, to me, it's about personality, aura, and good looks don't hurt either. Shot, goal for, saved. It didn't go in. Oh, it is a goal. Águila scores 2-1. Are you sure about that? It went in? Nah, I don't. Okay. What I actually think the greatest ally is, or the one that the media tells you? Shot. It did go in. It did cross the line. It did cross the line, just barely. Backheeled in. It went off the post. Did it completely go in? The problem with CONCACAF, I think it, I don't know. I don't know. I think Olimpia might have got screwed here. And there's no VAR, so even if it isn't a goal, it is a goal. I don't know if that fully went over the line. I don't know if that fully went over the line. And it's going to count. Ay, ay, ay. 2-1, 2-1. I don't know who the greatest ally of the USA is, but Moro Caballero scores. I think Olimpia might have just got screwed. '71st minute. I think they just got screwed. 2-1, 2-1. I don't disagree. I don't disagree at all. I agree. He is. He is Umago without the aura. And honestly, Jacob Fatu is better throw-in. Like, for me, Jacob Fatu is that dude, though. What about Yokozuna? He wasn't. Yokozuna's a legend, but he ain't Umaga. Or brought down. Yokozuna's a totally... Jacob Fatu is awesome, yeah. Lopez coming on for Olimpia. But, again, for me, where were we? Playing forward. So what, is nobody political tonight? I just want to focus. I think we've already... I just want to focus on the football right now. Playing forward, free kick for Olimpia. Olimpia has a free kick here. They got to get it back. They got to at least get the equalizer. I still think they got screwed. Benguche's on for Arboleda. I legitimately believe that ball did not completely cross the line. Lopez on for Pinto. I don't think that ball completely crossed the line. I don't. Not a good start. Just back heels through. I wish there was VAR here or goal line technology. Playing forward, 76th minute. Well, I mean, that one was obvious. That one played out on WWE television. Well, life imitated art, but she's how do I put this? Her actions, she's definitely, how do I put this? She's definitely paying for her past. I'll say that much. Past the post. I mean, real life became a storyline. I'm sure there was some. I'm sure there was some shoot moments in that fight for sure. Yeah, I'm sure it got close. If not, became a shoot. Yeah, wouldn't shock me. Throw in 4. That's proof karma does exist. 78th minute. Yeah, but Matt Hardy didn't learn his lesson. I'll tell you one thing. Matt Hardy didn't learn his lesson, though. He still loves the Toxicas. But he still loves the Toxicas, for sure. Dude didn't learn his lesson at all. 78th minute. I mean, just because you're loyal and fine doesn't mean you can be nuts. Like, I don't mean unloyal Toxica. I mean crazy. I mean the craziest ones. You know, whatever. Reby is crazy. Goal! Oh, no. Side netting. Corner. Oh, it's 2-2. Wait, it went in? 2-2. Olimpia ties it up. Wait, what? That went in? Header. Brought down. Benguche takes the shot. Oh, he busted it through the net. It went in. It busted through the net. Benguche from Bankston, and Olimpia ties it up. '79th minute for Benguche. At least they tied it. 2-2. Hey, I like spicy, but you got to know when to be spicy. You know what I'm saying? You got to know when. Frankly, spicy and crazy are two different things. If I'm being real, spicy and crazy are two different things. But if you want to call it crazy, spicy, go right ahead. But that's not what but if that's how you want to call it, you got to know when to be spicy. To me, spicy and crazy are two different things. Two different things. Over the top. Ain't that some? 2-2, 81st minute. Tercios is off for Garay. 81st minute. Can Olimpia pull out and get a win? Playing forward. Shot wide. — 83rd minute. (83rd minute, 2-2. Playing forward. Takes a shot over the bar. It's hard to say. Olimpia fans are there. That'll be a goal kick for Menjivar. Can Olimpia pull a win out of there? (84th minute. No, I just think she's a good actor. I just think she's a good actor. I think she's a good actor. In my opinion. Playing forward. Out for a throw in 85th minute. She plays a good heel. I'll say that much. That should be a free kick. Smart area to give it away, though. I think Roxanne Perez plays a damn good heel, though. But I think she totally plays a character. '86th minute. Cleared away. At least Olimpia is getting the draw. Rivas with a throw in, 87th minute. Olimpia, if they win, they will advance without any worry. Next week just becomes who wins to top the group. Olimpia playing forward. A draw, they might still very much advance, but they at least need a result next week. Shot wide. A loss still might hurt them heavily. Huh. Playing forward. 88th minute. Olimpia. Good play backwards. I believe that. Blocked away. Playing forward. Out for a throw. 88th minute. Playing forward. Olimpia. Out for another. No, it is not. Still alive. In open play. Free kick the other way. 89th minute. '89th minute. '89 minutes of 90 plus stoppage time. Edwin Rodriguez with a yellow card. Playing forward. Here's a chance. Olimpia. Close to stoppage time, out for a corner. 90th minute. They're a bunch of punks. Pulisic and Weah, especially Weah, wrong. Just shows you they have a horrible mentality. They're a bunch of punks. How much stoppage time do we have? We're past 90 minutes. Here's a corner. Playing forward. Cross in. Saved. Bankston touched it. Couldn't get anything out of it. 4 minutes of stoppage time. Olimpia might have one more shot to lock up a advancement slot with a winning goal. If they allow a goal, they might as well be screwed. Means they have to win next week. Playing forward. Free kick for Olimpia. A draw. They have to get a result next week, but even with a loss, they could still advance. It's just a lot more of a close shave, but their group or their goal differential definitely is helpful. Goal differential is definitely helpful for them. But headed on. But Shellahoo's already through, so maybe they kind of let up a little bit. That's probably, well, Olimpia could play better, but the question is where's the game? Let's see. That would be in Honduras. Okay, that's good news. Esteli's playing at home against Águila. Maybe Esteli could pull a classic home win out of their ass. Classic, they don't lose at home out of their ass. That could be helpful as well. Horrible pass. 2 minutes to go. That could help. Playing forward. Throw in for Olimpia with 1.5 minutes to go. Second ball, Bankston wins it, but right back to Águila. Oh, no. Olimpia is definitely trying to throw this damn game away, let alone either way. 3 minutes. Playing forward. Benguche with 1 minute to go. Can Olimpia pull a late win? Header, saved, and covered. Arguably, Olimpia should have won this game anyway. 2-0 Sabao. Toluca. Toluca wins Leagues Cup. 3:30. 2-2 esta noche. Olimpia probably should have won this game outright, though. Let's be real. Feel like they got screwed with that second goal by Águila. Plays it forward. Horrible giveaway. 10 seconds. I don't think that ball crossed the line. That second goal for Águila. Frankly, Olimpia should have won this game. No VAR means they didn't. Full time. Full time, 2-2. 2-2 esta noche. Olimpia draws. But that means they have the catbird seat on advancing. The bad news is they have to get a result off Shellahoo. And Águila versus Real Esteli next week. At least it's at Esteli. That's the good news for Olimpia. And they host their final game as well. And that Shellahoo are already through. So maybe things will go their way. Either way, no. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribe. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in a playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour for the review of this game. And I'll see you tomorrow for Leagues Cup. That being Miami versus Tigres and Galaxy versus Pachuca. Review for Miami. With that being said, sit tight, be back. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace. See ya.